What are some common kind of new inspector misperceptions or misconceptions about the industry?
Well, that's what we are. There's a lot of people coming into this industry in North Carolina right now, and it was the same way prior to the housing market crash, right? There was a lot of people coming in, and people are buying a house and they go follow a home inspector and think this is an easy job. He turns lights on, he plugs a tester into the wall. This is an easy job. I could do this. So there's a lot of people, and maybe I'm guilty because I'm doing the pre-licensing courses and training these people, but there's a lot of people come in thinking this is easy and you don't need a lot of knowledge about the house. But all in all, home inspectors have more knowledge of the house as a system together than any other profession.
Hmm.
Right? Everybody else has their trades and they've got their blinders on, right? The carpenter's doing his job, or the framer, and the HVAC guy and the plumber. Everybody's doing their job, and not a lot of people are looking at it as a system.
Hmm.
That if I change the environment in the crawl space, how do I change the house? And we home inspectors have that education to look at the house as a whole, as a system. And we shouldn't walk in there as the cheapest bidder for the home inspection. We carry a tremendous amount of liability. We should be getting paid well for what we do.
Amen. I think I think it's possibly the average might be underpriced by at least a couple $100.
I would agree.
I probably haven't been assertive enough in putting out content around the potential savings home inspectors give home buyers, and it's well into the thousands on average. This segues nicely into some tips you would give new home inspectors. There's probably some prospective home inspectors that will be watching this because it's kind of geared towards the training and such. What are some tips or pitfalls that you would give new inspectors, get in the industry just on its own, but also at this point in time? It might be a little different.
Well, it's all about persistence. But as I said, most of the time, this is a second career. We did recently, in one of the field training classes I had, the field training class I taught in October, there was a gentleman there who had just graduated high school. So he was 18 years old.
Wow.
Doing his pre-licensing education to become a home inspector. And my thought was he's going to struggle because the world is going to look at him and say, he's not old enough and he doesn't have enough experience. He doesn't know what he's looking at.
Right.
He could be the best student ever, but you have that perception. Persistence, right? Most of us as a second career, don't quit your day job first. Build this slowly. And there's a lot of people that have flexibility now in their jobs that they can do them different times. So you can have flexibility in scheduling this. The beauty of it to me is I get to set my schedule and I can work as much as I want or as little as I want, but I get to set the schedule. The reality is if you don't go do that home inspection, you don't get paid. So it's all about scheduling, and it takes time. It's not something you're not going to start out gangbusters in the beginning. It's going to take time, marketing and networking to build this into a full-time career.
That's such a great point. I think some out there, maybe they see marketing from somewhere that makes them believe it's a six figures quickly kind of job and industry. And I think I think we know better. So that's great advice.